Hello, everyone, and welcome again to another Teacher Joseph podcast. I'm at the St. Patrick's Day celebrations, and I've just stepped outside of the pub for a second in order to share with you what's going on. Well, it's St. Patrick's Day, so there's live entertainment everywhere around the city. Now, many people are passing me by on this very busy day. Some are wearing tall green hats, which is representative of Ireland, because the typical stereotype of the leprechaun is a little man with a tall green hat who brings you good luck if you encounter him. That's like a national symbol of Ireland, the leprechaun. Other people are wearing very obvious Irish symbols, such as the hurling shirts. Now, let me explain. Many English people, they wear football shirts, and this shirt might say the name of the team on the front or the back, like Liverpool or Tottenham, Celtic or Rangers. But Ireland's national sport isn't football, it's hurling. And it's very, very popular all across Ireland and here. It's very ethical because nobody gets paid in hurling. It's quite common to see young men and women carrying hurling sticks as they go to play. It looks a little bit like hockey. And if you don't know it, it's worth investigating because it's a good alternative to football. So in the same way, some people wear football shirts. People today are often wearing hurling shirts. It could be that you've seen these already. Maybe you've mistaken them for Australian football because they tend to be brighter in colour with names which you might not recognize. There's also people wearing branding belonging to Irish beer, and a group of women have just passed me wearing green skirts with tops with the name of a very popular Irish beer. Others are more religious, and there's quite a few people walking around here with large crucifixes. A crucifix is a cross, but it has a little body on it. Many people wear them to show that they're associated with Ireland rather than with Scotland. What else can I tell you? Well, there's green flags everywhere. And again, this is to show the support for St. Patrick's Day. Now, inside the bar, there's a whole mixture of people, and everyone is getting very, very drunk, very, very quickly. There's security guards on the door, and there's live entertainment. Now, live entertainment is something we don't see very often in the UK anymore. It's something of the past. Before the days of the internet, it was very common to hear someone sing or even dance. That seems to have all gone. But on a day like today, celebrating Irish culture, there's live performances everywhere. And there's signs here to say that this city, Glasgow, is hosting the Irish World Dance Championships 2024, although I haven't seen any of those. The Irish are very famous for their dancing and their singing and storytelling. And the songs they sing are often ballads, usually involving tragedy, because they left their country in the mid-19th century hoping for a new life. And many of them went to America. Many of them went to the UK. And they often sang about their experiences. And those who were left often sang about the people they were missing. There's many, many different types of songs. One of my favorites is one which is called Fields of Athenry, about a young man and young woman who've been separated, and he's pining for her and she is pining for him. There's many of them, and if you like soft music with a kind of a tragic twist, I really recommend that you try to listen to some Irish ballads. Some people joke and say the difference between Irish ballads and others around the world is that at the end of an Irish song, the person always dies, whereas at the end of a Scottish or British song, the person just suffers eternally. It's very true and very interesting. Not everyone here enjoys St. Patrick's Day because it's associated with drunkenness. And the more drunk people get, the more problems that seem to occur. British people don't really need an excuse to drink. We can find any reason to do that. But a day to dress up wearing Irish stereotypical costumes is certainly a day that for many people will be enjoyed. It's very, very wet here. I have to say that the rain is bouncing off the pavements, and that's another reason why people want to be inside with their friends. It's very sad that there's no street parades here. The largest street parade, which takes place for St. Patrick's Day, is always in New York. And I'll be watching that later on YouTube. I'm looking in the window of the pub that I've just came out of, and I can see the performers are waiting to begin. Unlike other performers, these two, it's a man and a woman, are not actually using any instruments. They're only using their voice. And that again is a throwback to old Ireland, when people would simply use their voices to sing, or if they were lucky enough to have a fiddle, which is like a little violin, they could sing and dance. The contrast between what's going on inside the pub and outside is quite striking. The pub is very, very warm, and outside it's still very, very cold. There are many people getting very excited who are rushing along the streets with traditional Irish dress, and inside it looks like the music has started, and people are indeed remembering their sense of tragedy. One harsh wake-up call for anyone who's out celebrating is the level of security. The police are all over the place here, and there's security on the doors of the coffee shops and pubs, which makes it rather sad. They're doing bag searches for people on the way in. And I just heard someone there being told they're not dressed appropriately. It's very funny because they seem to want us not to be wearing too many clothes to get inside a British pub or establishment. And if you turn up wearing a really, really heavy coat or a lot of clothes, you might get turned away. It's very, very strange because on a cold day like this, of course, you would be dressing up to stay warm. Now, another thing which happens today is the sale of Guinness goes up, and also things with the color green also become very, very popular. And there's a shop just next to this pub that's selling green dresses, green tops, and other green scarves, as well as some kind of green condiments that you can put on your food. Well, I'm going to go back inside now because I want to hear a few of my favorite ballads, particularly Fields of Athenry, and another one I like a lot is Butcher Boy, about a woman who slowly dies, feeling that she's never been loved. So that's it from me today. I hope you've enjoyed this, and if you are celebrating St. Patrick's Day, remember, stay safe. See you. Bye.